Right. Looks like we're live. Looks like we're live. All right. Jolly good. So here's the plan for those of you who want to go back to the beginning and catch up. We're going to be going through Sen's Fortress. We're going to try to completely clear Sen's Fortress. And then from there go to Anor Londo. Our goal is going to be the Painted World. We're going to try to get the Occult Ember. And then we're going to have to go back to the Undead Burg and get our halberd upgraded. That should be pretty interesting. The more we lock up, the more we unlock in Sen's Fortress, the better it's going to be for us. All right. I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring, and I am probably going to get jumbled up switching buttons. So I'm going to be wanting to press the Y or triangle for PlayStation people, when I really should be pressing A. So, over here, those snake men are only going to follow you if they have line of sight on you. I try to use the trap. Okay, helped a little. And then a little bit of that backstab spam. Best to lure them one at a time. Alright. Lovely. Now, ideally I'd want to have something like fall, something that eliminates fall damage, but that might not be much of an option for us. Alright. Could have sworn there's usually a snake man over there. Maybe he fell. Ah, there he is. There's our snake friend. Actually, now that I think about it, we have very few wooden arrows, so I'm gonna go grab some of those. There's other types of exploring I could also be doing, such as going into New Londo to get the composite bow and whatnot, but I'm trying not to break sequence too much. So this character is ultimately gonna be more of a faith guy, so he's not gonna be scaling too much off of dex or strength.
All right.
So because of that, short bow and then just upgrading it to the point where we can use lightning infusion would probably be the best bet for it. But today is not that day. Wooden arrows, let's just max out on that.
Don't get yourself.
And we have 7 Estus, so I have not... kindled this fire. Might as well full kindle it. Does this raise the risk of invasion? Absolutely. However, what's the worst that can happen? I'll still end up with 20 Estus charges. Probably the most generous of any of the games. Except for Bloodborne. Bloodborne kind of works on a whole different scale, so... As far as Flask Healing goes, I'm not going to count that one. Also, we have 10 Miracle Heals, so we should be in a pretty good spot. I don't want to use any of our valuable feather arrows, so... I'm going to go with the wooden ones. I must have bought a lot last time and forgotten to equip them. Okay. So because we rested and didn't reset the area, the trap, we can't use the trap again. But that's fine. Now, sometimes getting those backstabs is tricky. I don't know if it's timing or position, but sometimes you just don't get them. Okay, it looks like our friend is over there. And it sounds like someone just summoned in. That's fine. If we're gonna die, dying here is probably not the worst outcome. Okay. So they're a serious PvPer, you can tell because they've got the hand. There we go. Maybe I should have led with the Zweihander, but I haven't had very good luck with that. What do I need to use the demon sword? 18 dex, so we can always put a few points in there. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Nice flattening. Not too worried about souls right now, so let's try to recover a little bit of health passively. Da-da-da-da. Well, you knock down the snake guy, he goes there, and he climbs up that little ladder, and eventually makes it up here. So you can hear those steps. That's our diligent boy coming up to greet us. Hey, no, buddy, I'm here. It's okay. I don't know if I want to deal with that. Not right now, anyway. Now, do I have anything that's good against lightning? Yeah, it's okay. Usually the move I would go with is shooting him with a bow, and you'll see me do something like that soon enough. Oop, a little too early there. But this fellow was more effective to take him out this way. Now him, we can leave alone, because we're going to use physics to take care of him. Just like physics is hitting that guy. Oh. Well, I was hoping to keep him up there, but that didn't happen. Alright. There's another Cobra Sorcerer guy over there. Seek refuge over here. Buddy, hello. Come on. Oh, there he is. And since we're already here, for whatever reason, these giant snake men are not heavy enough to trigger those floor switches, but your fat ass sure can. Let's see if we can... Oh, a little early on that. That's fine. Alright, Ring of Steel Protection. It's one of the good ones. Probably. And since we're not getting that much healing from the Ring of Evil Eye, we'll swap them out. Alright, next step in clearing this place. Jumping over here. Shotel, that's good. You can get a really strong Shotel. It will bypass enemy shields.
Ah, where did you come from? Splendid news, I take.
Anything more to say, amigo?
Yes, indeed. Or a ball. I'm afraid I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things.
Same.
So here I sit in quiet, but who knows?
I hear you, brother.
Perhaps. Bah.
Alright. Let's go solve this ball problem for him. Alright, for whatever reason, there is a trigger somewhere in this room that makes it so that the ball switches, and now it's going to come down here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to run up, but we're not going to go all the way up. Instead, we are going to go up and then jump down. Over. Around here. You notice, this is one way to get over to this floor, but we're not going to do that just yet. I want to unlock more stuff before we do that and start risking our lives. Yep, still no secrets. Ooh. In case you were wondering how to get here, that's how you do it. We can try to take the elevator down. To one of Dark Souls' most devious things. This chest. I fought Consort Radon last night with a dueling shield. Dark Souls 1 Mimic wasn't going to pose much of a threat. Alright. So, fun thing that happens. There's a little ball pit, but it isn't like a death pit. You can actually climb down there, and there is a bottom. And this pit is going to slowly fill up with balls. Now, look at that. It's already filling up. So we're just going to wait for it to fill up. Alright, now that it's full, where are the balls gonna go? There we go. Just take a little over here. And that is how you get the covetous gold serpent ring. And now we can get out of this area. I want to make it to the top floor before I unlock the rest of everything. This spot is safe for us to go. Remember that snake man down there that we left alive? Should be seeing his health bar momentarily. Yep, there it is. Now I do have a master key, but we're going to pretend I don't have it for the sake of showing how to navigate this area. Like it doesn't even matter. You jump it and it still shoots. No, I still feel kind of bad about lying to Patches about being a cleric. Alright. So we're gonna see that probably one of the most annoying snake men. We're gonna try to stun lock him. Maybe he'll fall. Oh, there we go. I don't know if there's anything to pick up over there, but we're not going to worry about it too much. Now, one thing I do want to get is a Baldur's Side shield. You might be thinking to yourself, what are you doing? Why didn't you go get the bonfire? I don't want to, not yet. I'll take care of the giant first before we pick up anything else. I wonder who died. Whoa. Interesting. Nice. We got a chunk. That's going to be our future friend. Could be an interesting fight. Okay, so if we were human, we'd have our boy Iron Tarkus there. But we're not human at the moment. We're lowly hollow scum. Alright, see if we can make that jump. That classic Dark Souls parkour.
What? What? Who are you? Ah, another undead, eh?
Yes.
But I'm no different from those vile creatures.
Yes.
You think you're different? That you can handle it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, let me help.
Thank you, sir. Alright. It's a little overpriced, but at least with him you don't have to worry about the randomness of farming. Now I want the Balder side shield. It looks like its only requirement is strength. It has a stability of 63, which makes it quite good. So we're going to grab that. Tower shield requires 30 strength. We can't exactly use it, but it does have 100 physical and 75 fire. So that could be kind of fun for later, once we level that stuff up. Let's see, we can get some onion armor from this guy, and if I could afford it, some resistances.
Go along, try and make something of yourself. But not...
Yep, thank you. At some point I have to go and actually fight Habel and do some of the stuff by the Hydra. Not yet though. The thing I like about enemies like this is that they don't have shields, so you can kill them pretty easy. Alright, we've got the cage key. We haven't died yet, so everyone that we've killed is still dead. Now, I don't know if it's intentional or not, but on the jump back, it's very easy to miss that jump. And it looks like missing the jump is the only way to drop down there. We're just gonna drop down there. I've heard tell that the sniper crossbow is possibly one of the worst crossbows in the game. Taken from us too soon. Alright. I'm not gonna activate the bonfire yet. Not until I'm actually gonna fight the Iron Golem, because I'd still have to, you know, go through the thing. We're not done exploring the bottom. Alright, there we go. Now the enemies that worry me the most are actually the Titanite demons that are at the bottom of Sen's Fortress. Those guys are possibly gonna kick my ass if I go down there. I probably had his own anime intro showing how badass of a fighter he was. I got paranoid for a moment, but yeah, no mimics here. So, if you're new, basically what we're doing is completely clearing every nook and cranny of Sen's Fortress. I'm intentionally skipping some things until later. Just because, for example, if I rest at the bonfire and checkpoint now, then it would make exploring the lower areas again a little harder because it's going to respawn everyone. But we've had to do the tricky task of not dying. We can also disable the ball, even if it is temporarily, by taking out this guy. Okay. Headshots do a bit more damage, and I've got a lot of arrows. You know, I wondered if I leave him alone like this, is he gonna stop throwing the balls or is he gonna get back to it? You know, I don't know. Okay. Any day now. You know what I haven't done either? I haven't gotten the dragon tail from the red kite dragon that's over in Undeadburg. So that I'm gonna have to put that on my list of things to do. It's just kind of tedious. You have to find a spot to shoot him. Also, I hate fighting that dragon. I suck at fighting that dragon. So once I upgrade the bow, I might just cheese him from the side. Gone too young. Okay, that cage key should be what allows us to use this. Now the position of this elevator is actually a big troll in my opinion, because it's right next to that first snake man. So if you're coming down from from Anor Londo or something. That you're gonna come down that elevator and there's gonna be a snake man waiting for you. Alright. I'm not intelligent enough to be a student of Big Hat Logan's.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times.
Indeed.
I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me... I'm old and empty-handed. This place is melting my...
Okay. There we go. Peace out, brother.
Oh, heavens! And I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine.
And then that's what he
Speak
looks
with me
like.
there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
Alright, I'll do that. I'll do that, good sir. Okay. Soul of a hero, not bad. Alright, is there anything there? Alright, now we can finally do the part that sucks and might kill me, which is going down to the more dangerous parts. First thing is first. Right, we don't have any balls to worry about. It sounds weird when I say it that way. Is this active? Okay, it was. So we'll just do the jump. Okay. I'm not too worried about dying right now because we've already unlocked that elevator, and I think unlocking that elevator is probably a bigger move than grabbing that bonfire. Because at least with the elevator you can control how you clear these guys. Alright. So the floor is sticky. Very, very sticky. Kind of like a tar. What do we want to use? Okay, I haven't... I mean, the roll sucks, but it's an okay roll. One less heal for the road. Okay, that is 191. Let's see how this Zweihander does. Okay, much better. Ouch. But we want to be careful with that. That's a grab, and it can mess you up. Alright. One down. But in retrospect, we might have done things out of order. Because now we have to deal with the Snackmen, who are directly above us. So we're just gonna pretend they don't exist and run away. Before we get too far, this is obviously nothing sus about this. Just one rolling worked. You're gonna give us a chunk? It's a good thing we have a chunk, because that means that we can convert something into lightning when we get over to Anor Londo. Alright. That was a horrible whiff. I was trying to tickle his balls there with the overhand swing, but that didn't work. Ah, he got me. It's fine. Could be worse. It also means we got the chance to do it right. Let's... Alright, you're next. And we'll continue. And keep using the short bow for now. You know, this Y-hander objectively does a lot more damage. It is also a bit slower, a bit clunkier. No, 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 this way, buddy. That Snake Man, he is... I don't know if they were doing it to troll us, but he is perched right next to the elevator. Is he still alive? He's still alive. I want to take care of this guy first before we jump down on the platform over there. Fortunately, we know that with this halberd we can two-shot them. I don't want to lose those 10k souls that we've got, but if we do, it's not the worst. It's really about the friends we make along the way. Which is Logan and that armored dude. Okay. Ominous snake sounds. Ow. I don't know, I'm just really paranoid about getting knocked down by one of these. Alright, can we get a lock on this guy? Alright, before fighting the Titanite demon, let's get our souls back. Mhm. That was kind of spooky. The Dark Souls ladder simulator. Oh, that's weird. I don't know where that this was a resetting secret door. Learn something new every day. Okay. Betrayed by the camera angle. Okay, he's going crazy, he's going crazy! Now we wail on him. Nice. Let's see. You know, I'm tempted to upgrade the bow, just so that by the time we get to Anor Londo, we can just infuse it to lightning immediately. We've got the souls. I did pick up, I want to say it was a soul of a hero, so that'll probably get us where we want to go. And I want to say that we have the large Titanite, yeah. I think we need 10, and we just need one chunk so we can turn it to lightning when we get over there. We also have the lightning spear that we picked up, but I need something strong that's ranged. So this will have to do until I start wielding sunlight like a weapon.
Well, hello again.
Hello.
You need anything forged?
Yes. Alright, let's see. What level is our... Short bow is 3. So we need 1 shard. Maybe 2. How many should we get? We're gonna go to 4. So we'll just purchase 4 just in case. Alright. Reinforced weapon. Okay. 2. Alright, so we need 1 more. Nope, nope. And we should be able to modify it now. Look at that. We can turn it into all kinds of different things, but we're just gonna take it to plus 10. So reinforce. There we go. And this we can upgrade with the chunks, but we don't want to do that just yet. Okay.
Don't get yourself killed, neither.
Now we're feeling plenty strong compared to how we used to be. So before we fight him, There we go, for those extra souls. We'll just walk around a bit while I get the Zweihander. Ouchie. There we go. Lovely. We got some demon type knight. That's got me wondering. So we can use the Gravelord sword. But we need a demon type knight to actually level it up.
Well, I'll abuse him. Need anything?
Yes. My Gravelord sword. Make it stronger. And...
Go and get yourself.
no, I can't make that promise, Andre. Yeah, we're not resting, cause I don't want to kill those snake men who were, who'd probably be interrupting the fight against the Titanite demon. Now that's assuming that going to Andres didn't just respawn them simply because of reloading the area, but I think we're good because this guy's still dead. That's something you might notice if you ever travel between Firelink and Undeadburg. Even though we didn't reset the area, they might still be alive. So we're just gonna YOLO it here. Kind of do want those, so let's... like, you know what? I want to see if he'll actually drop his pole arm. Very low chance, but who knows. We want the rusted iron ring because the floor is very sticky. Now, I get this weird feeling that the Titanite demons that were here are, like the ones that are in there, are actually twice as strong. It doesn't help that while you're fighting one, the other one might interrupt. Ooh. Buddy, over, no, please, buddy, over here. Sneaky devil. Now, what I consider to be really weird is that pyromancy is basically Quelaag's domain. And Quelaag is also the mother of demons. Nope. Yet demons seem to be weak to fire. I don't understand it. Nope, nope, nope. And we got the guy in the back. Ah. That does have me wondering. The Gravelord sword, since we got it to +2, how good is it? So Stat for stat. Does more physical. But the fire Zweihander does more in aggregate. Okay, 114, so that kind of sucks. Because the Zweihander was doing like 200 for the light attack, so we're gonna go back to that. See, I only want to kill one of them because we have one Demon Titanite, but I think we can get one more level for the Gravelord sword if we do just one more Titanite demon. Actually, I have a better shield. Let's use the Balder side shield. I mean, Balder shield. I'm thinking about the Balder side sword. The stability on this shield is almost like that of like a tower shield. Annoying. Ah, son of a bee. Saw what I was gonna do. He got onto it. 21. Oh, that's friggin' awful. He's very ripped for a paraplegic. No, I think amputee is the correct word. A big question I'm kind of curious about, if you kill him, do we get one or two? We're gonna try, since we're already here. He's basically one of the last things we want to do before heading up. The problem is I can't fight him there without risking getting hit by lightning from the one in the back. Yeah, I was afraid that would happen. So I'm gonna catalog this as not worth it right now. So I do want to get those souls. Let's try a different. Can we use the spear? It has low requirements. So we should be okay. And it is lighter. But what I want is the faster attack. Now it's probably going to do less damage. But that's fine. Because one of them is a ultra great sword and the other one is a spear. Oh, that damage sucks. Screw that. Going back to the halberd. You know, I always thought to myself, now why don't I use the spear more often? Because the spear... Ooh, nice. The spear is basically the equivalent of a +10. So why am I not using it? That's why. Every time I use it, I'm reminded why. But I will say, that spear is good for one thing. And that is if you want to get the Ornstein Lightning Spear. That is a good candidate spear to use because it's already at the +10 equivalent, so you can modify it and turn it into a boss weapon immediately. I think he's climbing. Yeah, you can hear it. No, I'm here. It's fine. Come on. Buddy, come on. No, I'm glad he didn't do a plunge attack on me. Alright. Let's do this again. We're just gonna try to clear these guys so we can go and recover our souls. It's like free healing. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, we were cutting it kind of close there. No. Souls, where are you? Yeah, so fighting him took too long. We'll have to come back when we have stronger weapons. And my weapons even aren't that weak. They're just not that strong. Our real goal now is the Iron Golem and Anor Londo, so we can get into the Painted World. Last time we went back to the Asylum and we got the Painted World. Oh, God, it's closed again. We got the doll to enter the Painted World. I'm kind of glad we didn't pop any souls in order to upgrade the bow, because that means we can use those souls later if we die at some point. Alright, let's do this. Okay, before we do, we'll do that. We'll do that. There we go. Don't be afraid to remove the lock-on when the camera gets all crazy. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Could be worse. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to restore that bonfire. But we've got the elevator, so it's not like I'm too worried. We're not doing the fun house every single time. No. What? Okay. So rolling doesn't work. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Ooh. What the hell? I'm glad he's just ground slamming me to the center. But dodging does not evade his grab. You just have to be far away from it. It's got the inescapable grab. Thanks, buddy. Let's go heal. Now, what's kind of fun about his weapon, his boss weapon, is that it does that projectile attack. And you can basically, if you have a whole bunch of repair kits on you, it's like reloading it. Because as you notice, there's no FP in Dark Souls 1. Oh, okay. So, the special weapons that have skills, what they end up using is durability. So if you have a lot of repair kits, it's like reloading a weapon's durability. So his is a fun one to use because of that. It's like a melee projectile weapon. Okay, I believe we needed 3 dexterity to be able to use the Black Knight sword. And I know I could have just gone straight to Anor Londo, but I wanted to grab this before I forgot. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We'll just put it in there. And that's probably going to be where we keep our strength and dexterity. The Baldur shield is pretty good. So even though I got that wall shield, might not end up using it. Now, if you're going into the painted world early, one thing you should keep in mind is that you should have a fire weapon on you. Because what's going to happen is that there's going to be the bloated toxic guys, and if you don't kill them with fire, that's when they explode and toxic you. And since I don't have the remedy spell, the best I can do is try to just avoid being toxicked. And even then, it's not guaranteed that you'll be able to fight it off. I expect to get my ass kicked over in the painted world. That was nice of them. Which snack? Okay, I have silver snack. I wonder what the deal with these demons is. Like, they take you to Anor Londo, but then when you actually try to go into the Anor Londo castle proper, they're like, nope. Ooh, beautiful. I'm gonna go with something a little quicker. So I think that these knights are probably going to be a bit resistant to holy. I mean, look at them. They're in friggin' giant brass armor. I have a strong suspicion they're going to be pretty resistant to holy. Alright, thank you. Hello, Lady Firekeeper.
Well, you are a rare visitor.
No, that's a bit
Welcome
redundant.
to the
All the
lost city of
Firekeepers are
Anor
ladies.
Londo. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, if you are the chosen, what follows?
Thanks. Okay. Alright, let's try our hand at the Brass Knights before going down there. I think there's some resources here we could possibly use. Just want to deal with them one at a time. Not too bad. If you've played the game before, you know exactly how they're gonna move, and all that other stuff. Yeah, they're not too bad. Okay, well, we got the Demon Type Knight we needed to get the Gravelord Sword to +2. I'm thinking we might, before we go into the Painted World, we might actually want to get in there and at the very least get to unlock the giant blacksmith. So that's going to be an interesting little trip. Alright, let's see. Wonder who commissioned that statue of Smo. Oh. So since we haven't kindled the bonfires here, I'm trying to avoid relying on them too much for healing. And I have mentioned that my goal is to get an occult halberd. And some of you might be wondering, well, there's already an occult club. Why not use that? Which is a valid question, except that it's a club. No, I feel that. I feel that. Jump away, brother. One of these chests is not like the other. Ooh, a giant halberd. Oh, look at that. Chain is pointing towards us. And this chain is safely coiled away from us. Also, their coloring is completely mismatched. Bad chest! Bad chest! Ooh. Take that back. Didn't know this chest was a ninja. Down, boy! That was close. Now, we don't really have to fight this guy. Because there's not anything up there other than getting to the Pale Dragon. I think we can squeeze out one more level before we risk it all for the biscuit. We'll go with vitality. And while we're at it, we might as well repair our crap. Now, should I equip better armor? Probably. Am I going to? No. I'm doing this as a show of domination. Now we got two of them. No more drops. It's fine. The first time we fought the gargoyle, we got the... Well, the first time we defeated the gargoyle, because he actually killed us a couple of times. We got the halberd, the helmet, the shield, as well as the tail, so expecting more would have been a little bit greedy. Sweet! So I'm not thinking about using any particular boss weapons. I'm gonna probably devote all the demon titanite I get to the Gravelord's sword. I remember first time I played, I was like, where do I go from here? It was only later that I noticed this and gave it a try, and we ended up doing this rather precarious walk. I should use halberds more often, they're pretty good. So if you just stand here in the corner, hold your shield up. They'll just fall. We're gonna do it again. This is sketchy. This whole section is very sketchy. I'm not a big fan. Alright, let's do it again. Then stand around here. Okay. Then he goes for the attack. We just move around here. He went for the attack. Easy peasy. And I could have done a little bit of skipping, but I wasn't going to do that. Alright. I want whatever is in the chest over there. Any painted guardians? Oh, there's one. Alright. So yeah, this wouldn't work, but looks like the overhead swing works pretty well. Ooh, divine blessing. Milady. Actually, we are gonna have to go back down. And we're seeing the Miyazaki special. Yeah, so we got another... Oh, there he is. So, when fighting Ornstein and Smo, the conventional advice is take out Ornstein first, and then you fight Super Smo. However, you can't get Ornstein's Leo ring and armor if you do that. So, the more difficult one is to avoid Ornstein, who is faster, somehow kill Smo first, and then fight Super Ornstein, who has become huge. I think the gargoyle is over. Well, it doesn't show him, but I think he's supposed to be on the platform over there. Yeah, there he is. Let's just try to lure him over here. Guess you can only get the tail so many times. What about another halberd? Ow, 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 don't do that. We got another helm. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Now, I did say we're gonna go to the painting, but for now, we're just gonna leave things as they are. I know that there is a bonfire down at the bottom, but that would require moving the elevator multiple times. I don't want to bother with that right now. Because instead we just get the straight shot, so if we die, come back from that bonfire and just have a straight shot over here. But like I said, my goal here is just to get to the blacksmith. But in order to get to the blacksmith, I'm going to have to basically go unlock everything. Buddy, come on. Oh, don't be shy. All right. Now I think the night halberds use the twinkling titanite. Now I for a moment was going to say somber titanite because I'm Elden Ring brained right now. So we can't really infuse them. Let's see. Bye. Alright, I think this guy's gonna come out for us. Ow. Since we don't have our bonfires kindled, we're trying to just use the 10 heals we have. Nope, 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 nope. Okay. Bye. Okay, before we do the infamous archer sequence. Okay. In case you're wondering, their hitbox cannot go up here, so it's a good spot to just keep them, bait out the attack, and then answer back. Now the big question, are we gonna make it past the archers? That is a strong maybe. They have curved arrows. That's kind of non-fair. And in case you're wondering, yes, this part, first time I played this part gave me a lot of trouble, as it probably did to anyone else. Oh god, I forgot that you shouldn't block the arrows. I got saved by getting hit by a second arrow. That is something. Hey, buddy.
Oh, there you are.
Here I
You've
am.
been quiet these days?
Yes.
Smooth summoning out there? Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me.
Tempting.
You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you.
Oh, thank you. Alright, we are gonna rest. So, something about Dark Souls 1 is that if you don't rest, you will not be summoned there even though you opened it. Even though you lit that bonfire. In DS2, that kind of changes, and that it's kind of important because in DS2, one of the things, the mechanics, no, not mechanic, one of the challenges is beating the game without any bonfires. In order to do that, they allow you to light a bonfire, but as long as you don't rest on that bonfire, you're okay. So you can strategically light bonfires, and if you die, it'll just change the location where you spawn in. But you gotta be strategic about it. So down here, we have the spooky basement. Where they keep their secrets. Apparently Havel must have shamed them in some way, or done something, because they lock up his armor over here, and then they have the Havel Knight, who is locked away in that one tower. And they also have the occult club here. And the thing about the occult club is that the gods have a weakness to occult. So it's almost like this is where they put the state secrets. We don't want anybody to know about Havel, the once legendary knight, now cast away and locked up in a tower in shame. And we can't let anybody know about the occult club, which can be used to massively damage the gods. Of course, it's a fucking club. Not that interesting. Yet the occult, great sword of severing everything. No. Alright, I'm kinda secretly hoping for a spear drop, even though I'm not gonna do anything about it. But the reason is that the spear drop has like innate divine, even though it's like completely physical. But what ends up happening is that if you use the Silver Knight's spear in the catacombs, it'll kill the skeletons that don't want to be put down. So if you have a build that isn't necessarily a divine build, but are having trouble with the skeletons, that's a good alternative. Especially in the Nido fight, because in the Nido fight, you end up with skeletons, and if you can't put them down permanently, they're going to keep harassing you. Now, another way to deal with the Nido fight is to just simply keep yourself in the area without the skeletons, which kind of works. But if you don't even want to worry about that, because if the Nido fight just slips into one of the areas with the small skeletons and the large skeletons, you're gonna have to end up dealing with them anyway. So being able to just put them down permanently is kind of like the solution. That is a slow-ass moving arrow. Alright, we're doing good. We're doing good. Amazing that this divine halberd is doing as well as it is, considering that these guys are pretty divine, so they should be kind of resistant to it. Kind of messed that one up. There we go. My vengeance. Now, sadly, the Silver Knight's sword does not have that same holy effect.
Whatever can be done.
I don't know. Can we sneak a peek in his... Oh, we've almost got a face. That is our boy, the Onion Knight. Boom. Alright. Hey, boy.
What's on your mind, friend? Wait. You defeated those monsters?
Yeah, anything for you, bro.
Fantastic. I'm saved. Take this.
Ah, you shouldn't have.
But be warned. Next time, skip.
Yeah, sure. Any time. Let's, before we go too far, this is, I want to say it's a one-way door. I wonder if this was concept art. Ooh, more Demon Titanite. Is this the painted world? Could be. You know, if you think about it, some of these paintings are kind of spooky. Okay, I'm not gonna deal with the demon Titanite, the Titanite demon, but I do want to open this door. Always early. Hey. Nice, nice. Okay, so I must have gotten the shield from him. Because I think these things only have the armor. Alright. Not much more left to do here. We'll get our lightning short bow. And I guess at some point, if I wanted to turn it into the Gwendolyn bow, I guess we could do that. We've never been here before. There is a lovely broken window. A sketchy-ass jump. And the Dragon Slayer Great Bow. Okay, inconvenient. Ow. Okay, that's what we wanted. But he has a long wind-up. Ooh, sweet. Hello, friendly giant.
Who are you? Forge your weapons?
Yes. But now, there you go. Lightning short bow. That is one hell of a damage upgrade. So, it's probably not taking account the scaling, but it should be fine. I don't know if the lightning portion of that attack suffers from damage drop-off. Now, if you ever want to become a better archer, this is how you do it. Is there anything else I want to buy from him?
Hello.
Hello.
Forge I can. Strong.
I was out here forging signatures every day. Okay. We have Twinkling Titanite. We might be able to use that. Hey, Myth. You know, we went through Sen's Fortress, which was a good time. And after that, the plan is to go into the Painted World. Oh, +4 Black Knight Sword. And because we want to get the Occult Ember and use that for our halberd here. But I wanted to get the lightning short bow before we did that, so that we'd have a decent ranged weapon, even though it is a short bow and probably the crappiest of the bows. Should do good against the dragon. Oh. So, you know, looking at it now, maybe I'm regretting it a little. Like, maybe I should have gone with something else. Okay. No demons. No demons. Okay. We're doing alright. Nice. A chunk. Though we could probably put some of those chunks we've gotten into making the short bow better. Because I don't think we're going to be using them for... We're not going to have any standard weapons using chunks. So we might as well just go all in, upgrading the short bow. It is a weird choice. But when we go back to do the upgrading of the halberd to occult, we can go revisit the Undead Burg and use the short bow on the dragon to grab its tail and to just cheese it. Now, how are we doing on white chunks? We have 4 of those. Probably gonna end up using all of them on the occult halberd. So yes, I am gonna purposely ignore Ornstein and Smo. The only reason I'm gonna run down there, even though those guys are tough as all hell. Ooh, that is an option. I can do that. But I want to unlock the door. So we can make our lives easier for next time. My PvP skills against other human players sucks. Against Dark Souls NPCs, it's not too bad. So we'll just get a safe distance. Let's see, can we use this? Yes. And once we've gotten our vengeance, we'll try and go into the Painted World. This game is so quiet sometimes.
Well, look.
Ow. Why is my health so low? Sorry, not my health. Why are my flasks so low? Ooh, run! Got him. Doesn't matter. Your leader's dead. I win. Now, the ring of favor and protection, aka the FAP ring, is one that many a player will sacrifice one of their slots for. I am not one of those players. I find too much utility in the other ring slots, so I choose not to use the FAP ring. Alright, we're gonna take the elevator down. And go into a painted world. Okay, I was kind of scared it was gonna go up. I think I should be able to use... Alright, so this one does 371, this one does 308. We can give the Gravelord's sword a shot. A weird moveset. Got that long wind-up. Okay. Nice. I think I like the halberd more. Wind-up is really slow. I wonder how the occult club will do. But stats kind of suck. Yeah, I might not use that one yet. Thank you. No, seeing how effective the halberd is, it's got me thinking maybe I should have also made a fire halberd. Because it's got the reach. There's definitely guys that are weak to fire. Oh, thank goodness I got those throwing knives. Guess if I ever need a throwing knife farm, this is a place to go. Rest in peace, my sweet angel. It's time, my friends. It's time. See, this here is the reason why they tell you not to touch the paintings in museums. It's up to you to explain that to your kids as well. Alright, we got 5 flasks. Let us... How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a chance we get invaded, but at least we'll have 20. If we do get invaded and die, we'll just rehuman so we can do the Jeremiah fight. Reverse hollowing. Now, the real reason why I wanted that Balder shield is because of the wheel skeletons. Lesser shields, you'll take more stamina damage, and then they'll break your stance and chainsaw you to death. Au contraire with the Balder shield. Got pretty decent stability, and you know, probably should have tried reinforcing it. Which we might be able to do, we've got a couple of Titanites. Yeah, so... yeah, we can increase its stability, even if it is just a little bit. I want to say these guys are probably the same difficulty as the ones over in the asylum when you visit it again, but I'm not sure. So we do have our Fire's Zweihander in case these guys get too close. And the painted world was part of the reason why we wanted the Fire's Zweihander. Not too bad for a wooden arrow. Okay. How does... So if you kill them from a distance, that's another way to avoid the toxic. This guy's spamming, so it's gonna be hard. But yeah, you kill him with fire, you'll be good. I just realized I have 35,000 souls. I should probably level up. Faith is an investment in my future. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. Until we get attacked by the bird people. Then it's gonna suck. Which one of you comes over here? Oh, okay. Both of them. Cool. I guess screw me. But at least now I don't have to be on edge about being invaded. You know, in retrospect, yeah, I should have gotten a quicker fire weapon. Oh, no, no. I wasted a heal, but could be worse. So I am gonna switch to the halberd when I go up there, just because it's quicker. Oh, welcome back, welcome back. Ooh. So Myth, have you played DS1 yet? Ouch. Ah, yep, fair enough. So we are in a secret world known as the Painted World. Though at this point, you know, since the game has been out for a long time, it's not really a big secret. But you have to do some convoluted steps to get here. Alright. Let's switch over to the Zweihander. And the place, I guess it has semi-end game or mid-end game difficulty. No, it was actually part of the main game. The DLC was the Artorias thing. Oh, gross. Can't have that. Alright. We proceed. Oof. Weird. So the fire weapon is supposed to prevent them from toxicking you, but I guess certain attacks they're still gonna toxic you, which is weird. You see, this guy, when he died, he didn't have that little red mist around him. So no toxic. Oh, hey. There's always some sneaky son of a bee. Okay, I think it's a jump. There we go. And a ladder. One of the things I'm doing is I'm trying to clear the whole area. And just be super duper thorough. Almost like a walkthrough. But there's always the chance I'm gonna miss something. That is how you get the Painted Guardian set. But you can actually fall down here from up there, and then you end up having to fight your way up. Whoa, where'd you come from? Got his ankles. I have to figure out an effective way to kill the bird people, because those guys are going to be a problem. The Corvians. Egg vermifuge. So, just like any good dragon fight, we are going to cheese the dragon. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's woken up and he's angry. I'm sure there's a wonderful, tedious way to fight him. We're not going to use that way. Instead, we are just going to equip the Hawk Ring and shoot him in the face. And because he's a dragon, he's taking a lot of damage from the lightning bow. So 127, if I move closer... Okay, so I guess this is max damage that we can expect. This is how I deal with most dragons in Dark Souls 1. They just make it so that the dragons do way too much damage initially. And you know, to me it's just not worth it. In DS2, however, I think those dragon fights are a bit better. Because even though some of them will absolutely destroy you, they are, they feel more fair. And then in DS3, yeah, those dragon fights are alright as well. Okay, so we tried the Zweihander last time. That kind of sucked, so we're gonna go with the Gargoyle Halberd. Oh. Could be worse. Rather scandalous the way they're dressed. Or not dressed. Alright, I think this is where we were going to end up anyway, but I wanted to climb the rather precarious spiral staircase. Because there is an item up there, so we're going to try that again before we were rudely interrupted by the birdmen, or Corvians. Okay. Nothing on this level. Oh, such a horrible place to fight. Hey, buddy. Over here. Okay, he's coming. Could be a she. Given by the lack of dangly bits. Looks like, so we're not stunning it all of the time, but we're stunning it some of the time, so that works. Okay, change back to shield, try again. Now fighting them one at a time, and two if they're in the same direction is not so bad. But they can totally wreck my stuff. Really? Okay. You know, I'm gonna have to give a listen to Sekiro and see. Because that would be interesting. Alright, we're gonna keep using the halberd, though we got the making a great return from Demon Souls. We have the Phalanx. Except here they managed to make him more creepy. Okay, we got that door. Can we open it from here? Is this a push or is there a lever? Okay, this is a push. Now, if you ever want to get more spears and leather shields, just talk to these guys. They got you covered. Ow, ow. Ugh, he's snailing his way towards me. Fortunately, the turn rate on these guys is not that great. Ah. Well, you know what? That's why we got the door. Let's grab our souls and stop messing with them. $25K is nothing to sneeze at. Alright. So what we want to get is down here in the well. It's probably one of the worst places, thanks to the Skelly Bone guys. He opened up a secret. Ooh! That is not an easy drop to get. I'm not gonna use it. I mean, I might. For the memes, but... yeah, wheel skeletons in DS1 were the worst. Okay. Let's just get fire real quick. Fire surge. one of the things about DS1 is that pyromancy has no level like requirements. It's not like DS2 where they tied the scaling to faith and intelligence. Instead, what they did was you just level it up independently, and then the chaos fire scales off of humanity. But because of that, it became extremely broken, because you can do that max level damage that without ever having to actually put the levels into it. Ooh, Annex key. We wanted that. Now, Myth, did you ever play DS3? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we're gonna have to come back. Alright, while we do that, I'm gonna go refill my water. Oh, yeah, for DS3. Yeah, it is, I forgot the point that I was gonna make about it. I'll let you know when I remember. Let's see. Hold on. Alright, so let's get back to it. We gotta recover our stuff. I think getting destroyed by the Skelebanes kinda threw me off there. Hold on. Alright. Let's go. Recover our souls, collect some bones, all the good stuff. Oh, okay. Retrieving those was a lot easier than it could have been. Alright. We've got... Oh, yep. This was one of the guys that killed me. So this part kind of sucks, because you gotta bait them out one by one. I mean, you don't have to bait them out one by one. You just run in there and YOLO it, but if you do that, there's a good chance they'll kill you. But if you're not using a shield, there's a good chance they're gonna stun lock you. Okay, let's see. We got another one over there. Yeah, just being near them is a hazard. Right, what I was going to say about Dark Souls 3 was this. If you do the DLC, just try to remember this whole statue lowering thing. Because it is relevant. Alright, one last skelly bone. So coming down here is essentially how you escape, because you can't warp out of here. You have to solve it. Which makes it an interesting place. I kind of enjoy that, where you have to kind of survivor man your way out of this location. Alright, let's see. Oh, settle down there. Ooh, there's a trap. An ambush. Okay. So I should probably use those souls real quick to level up. Because in DS1, the price of upgrading a weapon is really cheap. So really the big thing is leveling. Let's pop. A couple of those should get us over the edge. I just don't wanna die and have my souls someplace where it's very difficult to retrieve them. Okay. Now with that annex key that we grabbed down from the basement. We'll be able to get the last thing we need. Feels like this game was part of the era where you still couldn't like walk over stuff that was ankle height. But Dark Souls was like, okay, well, we'll just make all the items that could get into the way breakable. Okay, we got one of those guys. Means we want to use fire. But I'm gonna try to just shoot him first. So yeah, that red mist is toxic. Don't want none of that. Okay, we... no. No. Okay, he can hit me and I can't hit him. That makes sense. I should be able to stun lock him. Alright. There's gonna be a bird ambush the moment we try to grab that. But it doesn't matter, because once we grab it, we win. They can kill us all they want. They still lost. Okay, nothing else that's gonna get into the way. Let's go! Go, 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 go! Got the Dark Ember. Get out, get out, get out! Too late, sucker. Whoa, oh, okay. And then we got this guy. Yeah, mistakes were made. Silence, cool, cool. Get wrecked, bird. Okay. Valka's rapier. There's one other item I want to grab before we get out of here, but I think I'm going to have to climb back up there. Which, you know, precarious. There we go. Now we can get that black cleric robe and look real dapper. I don't think there's anything else here. We can jump down there, I guess. But instead, we're just gonna go back to the bonfire. Mission successful. Alright, now, even though it may cause us to get invaded by a human player, there is an NPC invader that I kind of want to trigger. And we've got enough humanity that we can burn a bit of it if we lose. So Myth, did you ever play Demon Souls? There we go, King Jeremiah. Because if you ever play Demon Souls, you'll know that there's one boss that has a strange helmet like this. So in, I think it's the Prison of Hope, like the very last boss, is actually a player invader, if they can get one, but they're wearing like that big ass turban on his head. Nice. So now, because we got him, let us go back to that bonfire. And that we're doing that because we want to reset the area. Yeah, Demon Souls came out first. If the legends and lore is correct that I've heard, obviously Demon Souls was a PlayStation exclusive, and Miyazaki was like, well, we want to make another one. But they didn't want it to be exclusive, or I don't know what the deal was, but they ended up coming up with Dark Souls instead of Demon Souls 2. Probably more to the story, but that's kind of like the abridged, not very smart version of the story. Okay. Probably, guys, we're gonna climb up. And then we got this guy. Jeez. Oh, I tried to parry too early. Oh. You drink, I drink. So they don't have a proper riposte, but you can still get that damage. Alright. Now, technically, you could skip all of the wheel skeletons and all that other stuff by making the dragon butt stand up and walking under it from where we killed the zombie dragon, but that's not the proper way of doing it, though it is correct. Now, fortunately, Miyazaki was like, yeah, we'll make the boss optional, and gave her bare feet. But,
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If
for now, we're just gonna leave her be.
World, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest art, thine desires shall be requited not.
I like her fuzzy dress. It's kind of weird that it matches the tail, though. Alright, so because we beat King Jeremiah, we got his goodies. Now we might come back to collect on her later, but for the time being, it's just nice to get out of there. Let's see if we can get to a proper bonfire. Which one takes us? I think this takes us up. You're stuck here with me now. Weird. Ooh, nice. Nice. Double nice. Alright, our goal right now, quite simple. Just gotta make it to that bonfire so we can use it as our new checkpoint. And now, make it back to our boy Andre. We can finally have our occult halberd. Please take me back. Thank you. Now we should be safe from invasions here, because, oh, we've defeated the area boss. Okay. Kind of a backwards way to go. Now the part that I mentioned earlier is that this elevator is kind of trolly, because you go down it and you're gonna be right in front of a man serpent. There he is. Thanks, game. Very cool. But, you know, as long as you're aware of that, it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright. It would suck to die when we're almost at our destination, thanks to these guys. Not saying that that's ever happened to me. Okay, we got our checkpoint.
Show me that ember of yours. Well, I've never heard of a black ember. How about leaving that ember with me? I find it strangely fascinating. Yes. Well,
Sounding a bit
this ember
bit
really
too
is
interested.
something special. I sense great potential indeed.
Kind of creepy vibes there. Okay. So let's see. This is... yeah. We're gonna change this to an occult halberd. Now reinforce. Okay, we'd need one more to go to +3, but this is pretty good. Put those points directly into faith. So far, we're doing pretty good. We've got Sen's Fortress done. We made it to Anor Londo. So, overall, objectives being met. Just gonna chomp right through them. Yep. So the occult weapons are actually completely different. Because here, it's more like dark, like anti-god weapons. These are the ones that will do extra damage to the demigods and the gods. In whereas in Elden Ring, occult is just, well, you just scale up arcane. So it's a little different. I wanted them specifically in this one because they're going to be good against some of the big endgame bosses. But in Elden Ring, it's just different because they scale off of arcane, whereas here we don't even have arcane. Like, a kind of weird, not arcane was introduced in Dark Souls 3 with the luck stat. And it is kind of like the pre-arcane because it enhances bleed builds. And I think maybe poisoning, I'm not sure, but a lot of the stuff that arcane is doing now, that's what the luck stat did. Including, obviously, item discovery, which the arcane stat helps with. Kind of skipped this whole area. Alright, I believe the intended thing to do is to use the skulls. So that pig, you'll see the skulls, and you want to toss them into the fire. I guess it works on those guys as well. Whoa! Inconvenient. Okay, cool, cool. Alluring skull doing its job. Yes, yes, look into the light. Oh. It only lasts so long, but it worked. So the irony is that this guy here is like, you can't get through, I'm gonna lock the gate. But I've already been to the other side of the gate. I've already gotten everything. Ooh. And before we finish up today, I do want to take advantage of the fact that I have the lightning short bow and get rid of the dragon. But first, let's see if the big guy is here, because I don't think I ever went here. I think I just completely skipped this area. Yep, the big guy is here. Yeah, he is still large and in charge. Maybe not that in charge, but he was large. Okay. Actually, let's use the spear. Let's see, because I think I can do the spear pokey for the rats. Yeah, the reason we're doing that, because even though the rats die easily, rats in DS1 also do a poison status, which makes them among the worst rats. Okay, we're gonna actually swap, put the Occult Halberd as our number 1. Put the lightning short bow over here. We're getting good return on that. That guy, he gave us 121 souls, whereas the arrows only cost 3. Not a bad exchange. Alright. So every boss or that has a tail drops a weapon. See if we can time that right. And that is how you get the Drake Sword. And a pissed off dragon. Now if your bow is strong enough, this is where you can cheese them. Oh, yep, we still have the Hawk Ring. Because I forgot to take it off. And this is how I cheese the dragon. Because I hate this fight. And I don't want anybody else suffering through it. Now, New Game Plus, cheesing him is extremely difficult. He has a lot more life. Oh, there we go. So take advantage of it. Of course, now we don't have the soul farm that we had before, where the dragon kills them and we get 555. That is how you get the claymore. There's only one claymore. Oh! Weren't you in Anor, Londo?
Forgive me. I was just pondering about my poor fortune.
Go on.
I did not find my own son, not in Anor Londo, nor in Twilight Blight Town. Where else might my son be? Lost Izalith? Or the tomb of the Grave Lord? But I cannot give up. I became undead to pursue this. But when I peer at the sun up above, it occurs to me, what if I am seen as a laughingstock?
You know, that implies that he
blind
chose to
fool
become
without
undead,
reason.
which is
Well,
kind of weird.
I suppose they wouldn't be far off.
You okay, bro?
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun.
Now you'll go
The
blind.
sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father.
Dude, you should not
If
stare at
only
it.
I could be so grossly incandescent.
Alright, can I join this yet? No, I think I need to do a certain number
Hello there. The sun, if only
of co-ops, but I'm not too worried about that. Alright, since we have our occult club, we can make it back to Anor Londo. Why are you running? Okay. For a moment I was worried that was indestructible furniture. Oh, we do have one more thing to do, which will make some things a little bit easier, which is to go restore the Firekeeper. Because we did avenge her by killing Lautrec. Oh, no, no, no. Did we ever grab the shield there? Yeah, probably. That guy's dead. My memory is not what it used to be. I think this guy only spawns in once, and his only job is to be annoying and lock this gate. I want to say there's another guy like this in Dark Souls 2 over in Harvest Valley. Eventually, when we get there, I'll point them out. Thank you. And maybe we can even afford things now.
I was wondering when you might return. It is a great relief to see you. Now let us speak of miracles.
Okay, we do have heal already, so we're probably good on that. Wrath of Gods, 28 faith. Sure. That one's kind of fun.
Then be safe. Farewell, Verianox.
I don't know what that means, but thank you. Oh, hey, buddy.
Well, I see you made it out.
Yes?
Yeah, I made it out safely too. I have my pyromancy of the Great Swamp, so I can usually manage with a bit of care. Oh yeah.
Is he
By the
Welsh?
way, I can share my spells with you. I think you have a knack for it. All you need are the materials. I'll be pleased to help you. Unless you find the magic's unsavory.
So this is a funny one because he asks you a double negative, and you're gonna, if people who automatically answer yes are gonna be like saying no to him.
Yeah, wonderful. I'm sure that they'll be of some use. Some here. First take.
Alright, thank you.
A flame from the Great Swamp. Now you're a fully fledged pyromancer. Why, let's get started right now.
Yeah, why not? We're gonna be going into danger zone, so we might as well get it strong. Not the worst way to spend your
Goodbye,
souls.
Damn. That stench.
and I was really beginning to like it here. Maybe it's time I do something about it.
Now that's a little ominous.
Well, fancy meeting you here. You did much for me up above. You know, the gates. Was that yours?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed like an unlikely coincidence. Please.
Why, thank you.
There you are. I'll be heading down below shortly. No worries. Venturing is my life. I'm prepared for the worst.
He was not, in fact, prepared for the worst.
There you are. I'll be heading. There's nothing. No worries.
That is our good deed for the day, and will help make up for the fact that we are going to
Thank
kill
you.
all the other firekeepers at some point.
Anastasia. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. I only hope that my impure tongue does not offend.
What did she mean by that? Okay, so we have a running R1, which might be okay if we do a running R2. No, that sucks because he stops. So we want the running R1. I don't remember resting. Yeah, I have 7 heals, so I didn't rest. They must have reset. Must have been a world boundary. Thank you. Yeah, Albert's not bad. Now, let's make it back to Anor Londo. And we'll wrap it up there. Just have to get through Sen's Fortress again. That is one hell of a jump. Okay. You can think of that as like the toll cost of going to this elevator. One wooden arrow. It's not the worst. Huh. If we can make it to the one bonfire that's before Ornstein and Smo and put our humanities in there, I think that would be the best place to stop. Because then we'll have it kindled to give us 20 in case we have to redo the Ornstein Smo fight. And just seems like a tidy little place to do it. First things first, let's checkpoint. Now I'm thinking that for next time, after Ornstein and Smo, and we unlock some of the things, we return to the Tomb of the Giants and farm up all the white Titanite chunks so we can fully level up the halberd, as well as take the the divine reinforced club to plus 9. I don't like you could technically farm I think the pinwheel looking guys for slabs, but I don't feel that it's worth the effort. There's one guaranteed white Titanite slab, so that one I'll just put it on the halberd because this is going to be our god-slaying weapon. No, please don't. Please don't. Now, this is where we probably have the greatest risk of being invaded, but that's fine. If we get invaded, that just means we do it again. And if we lose our humanity and our souls, well, then that's one less thing to worry about, technically. I forgot about this guy. That camera angle was atrocious, but at least I got the timing right. Oh, we made it. Alright, this is where we're gonna leave it. Thanks for joining. I'll catch you all next time for the profiting